And Ken and Lisa Lane, the Mountain Gardeners. We're here each week talking about your landscapes. What do you find out in the gardens? And I think there's some value into a weakness that most garden shows have. They have one host, usually it's a guy, in bib overalls, talking about landscapes. And you just get one opinion, one voice, like a monotone thing. Well, I wanted to make it more interesting. And the most interesting person I know in my life is Lisa Waters. She grew up in the family garden center, and she's been gardening, well,
don't say it,
for at least for a few seasons.
There we go.
How about that?
I'm seasoned.
Seasoned.
I'm
Well seasoned. Great
yes.
flavor. There we go.
There we go.
And so Lisa comes and just shares her garden kind of insight. What's going on? So what do you see? What do you get? Kind of a different perspective. Same garden, but from a different angle.
Right. Well, now is a really good time to kind of walk through your yard and go, man, I need something different there. Or that just didn't work the way I thought it was going to work. And so you move it to another part of your yard, but then you put something else in. So I think some people get too caught up in the, I've planted it, I'm done, I'm walking away.
It either lives or dies now.
Right. And there's a big advantage to walking through and just going, well, that plant wasn't as tall as I had hoped it was going to be, or wasn't the color I wanted, or so many things you can change out, whether pots or perennial beds or just your landscape. And don't be afraid to move things within the yard. Don't be afraid to go shopping at great garden centers and find new stuff to bring home.
So we have a saying.
Uh-oh. Which one?
The Lane family saying. This is saying number like 77. We have quite a few.
So
you can't go through life afraid. So that's like we've been preaching at that our kids for forever. And so and then our that goes for inside as well as outside. So our daughter Megan, she grew up in the nursery. So now she's working. We've got 4 kids that work in the garden center. They've all grown up and they just are surrounded by plants. We talk plants and we share plants. We go visit botanical gardens and see plants, and we go to hang out where garden centers hang out because they like plants too, and we just do plants. And her big thing is houseplants. She will putz around for hours with her taking care of her houseplants every evening. So it's kind of fun to watch her nest.
She moves them around. I never know where they're going to be the next time I see them. And so she's not afraid to do that. And you got to do that inside and outside. I agree. It makes it more fun. But on that line, I found some really cool plants, new additions to the families of plants that I think people ought to take a look at.
I would agree with that. And I gather they're coming in stock. You can find them at the garden center now.
Yes.
These must be the summer.
Better hurry, though.
The summer mix.
Yeah. Don't wait on these people. You got to, don't go, I heard about that plant, and then come in 3 weeks later, because it isn't going to be here.
I'll be here. Yeah.
Right. So there's a new Delphinium out. It's called Delgenus Breezin.
Delgenus Breezin.
Yeah.
I say that 10 times fast. Oh my gosh.
Really pretty though. And it blooms from spring until fall.
Nice.
It has a really pretty lavender flower to it. And it's almost a double lavender. Just really, really caught my eye as I was walking through. I was like, ooh, what's that?
Now, is that a shade lover?
Yes.
Shade loving. Yeah.
I mean, it could take filtered light, morning sun, afternoon.
Patios in a container. Perfect. Spring through fall. That's like magic. Perennial comes back.
Absolutely nice big. I should have brought one over. Nice big flower. Very, very pretty. There's a max-free bloody Cranesbill.
Bloody Cranesbill. That sounds gruesome.
I'm like, who comes up with these names? But it's a really pretty magenta pink color. So Cranesbill is a perennial geranium. Usually stays a little lower, spreads out, but just a bright little blossom on there, and a lot of people are used to the Cranesbill in the lighter pinks and the blues, but this was just very striking in its bright color.
I'll feature that when I'm putting together an article right now. Perennials that make great ground covers in the shade. So that would make a perfect one for that.
That'd be excellent.
Cranesbill I did feature, but I'll feature that specific name, that new color, because you just aren't going to see that anywhere else.
That is true. And we are starting to get some of our hydrangeas in. We got the strawberry shake hydrangea in,
nice.
which the blooms start out white, and as they mature, they turn pink.
Like a strawberry.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
So real pretty, nice shaped little hydrangea. We also got our Seaside Serenade Hamptons series in, which is another pink one, but which seemed to do really well in this area.
Pinks
but
do great.
Really nice for those shady areas to put in. Just a fun little plant for that. Oh, and just a note, we did get some more star jasmine in. We've had a lot of people looking for that. So I just wanted to mention that. I love the smell. And we have some in some pots out front. And I just love to go sit by them and just have that smell in the evening.
If you're driving right now and you're in your car, you're just tuned in, you should turn the car and point it towards Waters Garden Center because star jasmine's hard to find and it'll be gone by the weekend. It'll fly out of here.
We felt really lucky to find some more. So definitely check that out. And then we got a really cool Echinacea coneflower in. This one's called Delicious Candy.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And my daughter was standing there. I said, "What color would you say that is?" She goes, "Oh, that's fuchsia." And I'm like, "Okay, it's good. That's fuchsia." But just a really, really pretty, full, dark pink fuchsia colored Echinacea. Another new one that's out, and that's a sun lover.
Oh yeah, butterfly, hummingbirds love Echinacea.
Just a real, real pretty color. We got a Penstemon, and we actually got quite a few Penstemon in. So if you've been looking for Penstemons, they just now have started showing up. The one we got is Dark Towers, which I really love Dark Towers because it has a dark leaf to it. So the leaf is not brown like you think brown. What would I call it? Burgundy chocolate. There you go. And the flower that comes off of it is a light white to pink. So just really that dichotomy between the two colors, very, very pretty.
Penstemons, they are a native. They grow wild out. They're a wildflower. They're going to reseed and come up other places. And hummingbirds are definitely attracted to Penstemon.
Right.
Is there another name? Is there a common name for Penstemon?
Well, the other name I see it go by is Beard's Tongue.
Penstemon's better. Never mind. Beard's Tongue and Bloody Cranesbill. There we go. Those are great names.
Beard's Tongue in the yard. It is a Penstemon. And we actually got some really pretty ones in pinks and purples, and this Dark Towers is gorgeous. We got a Verbena in, a new Verbena called Meteor Shower.
Oh, neat. Oh.
So this one was really cool. It definitely, it's a zone 7 to 11. So it meets our requirements. It's heat and drought hardy, and it self-deadheads.
Oh, cool. That's unusual. So really unusual.
Perfect for those hot spots. And most of your verbenas tend to be very animal resistant.
Oh, very much, yeah.
So this would be really cool. And the flower is kind of a dark purple lavender color to it.
Yeah.
Really
Verbena,
nice one.
Great for rock gardens, boulders, rock lawns where it's just boring. You need some pretty stuff around it in a container. You can abuse it. Just run it over with a truck. It keeps blooming. That's Verbena.
Right.
And animals don't eat it. Yeah. Typically.
That's right. But anyway, I was glad to see that, the new Verbena out there. And then just another note that we did get some Santolina in.
Oh, finally.
We've had people begging for Santolina, and I couldn't find it. And we finally got some nice 1 gallon ones in. And the Santolina, there again, if you've got a hot, dry spot that's got critters coming by, they leave that Santolina alone.
So we use Santolina in our backyard to highlight the paths going up and down the back stairs. So when we have guests over at night, we've got some lighting. So there's landscape lighting. It's a resort feel, but the Santolina is evergreen, tough as nails. Animals don't eat it, and it glows in the dark.
Yeah, kind of has a light.
So it kind of helps you see where you're going. So it has everything you want. Every yard should have at least one.
It's a really cute little yellow, almost daisy-like blossom that comes on it. So just a terrific little plant out there in the landscape.
Right out there where the javelina, the deer, the antelopes are munching through stuff. They're not going to eat Santolina. It's got a felty, kind of smelty, smells like herbally.
Yeah. And then also just to mention, we got some really pretty Agastache in our hyssop. One called Sunrise Violet. And the other one was Ambrosia.
Oh, I like that name. I want some more Ambrosia. Yeah.
Really pretty colors. The Ambrosia is kind of a little more of an orangey color, and The other one's kind of a pinky violet.
All right, great choices that you can plant right now in the heat of summer. Perennials. June is perennial month. Those are all perennials. Come back every year. Ken and Lisa Lane and the Mountain Gardeners. Be right back.